Hey everybody, this is Sue Craig, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Cleveland, Ohio, and today I have another card for you. This is a quick and easy card to make. The card that I want to show you is this one, and I made this one into a happy birthday card, but I also left it blank when I made it a second time so that I could use it for anything at all. I think it looks nice this way. You could make it a sympathy card, you could make it a thinking of you card, anything at all. And right now I'm leaning towards leaving it blank so that when I find I need a card, I can pull a card that's blank and add my own sentiment to it. But let me show you how we do this card. I'm going to be using the stamp set Peaceful View. This is one of the prettiest stamps. It's a background stamp. It's from the annual catalog. And I like it because you can use this on our scenery papers. So you take our designer paper that has a scene on it and you stamp this on top and you're done. You can also use it like I'm going to use it by applying ink to the paper. I'll show you how that's done. I'm going to be using, if I was making a birthday card, this is the set I used, the beautiful butterflies with the happy birthday and time to celebrate. But today I'm just going to leave it blank so that I'll have a card to use whenever the need arises. This is pretty easy, a simple card with a card base which is 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. And then I have two pieces of white paper that are 4 by 5 1/4. One is for the outside and one is for the inside. We're going to take the one for the outside and we're going to start with applying ink to it. I'm going to take my Daffodil Delight and my blending brush, and I'm going to start on one end. And when I do blending, I like to do it this way, I think, so that I can hold on to it rather than go this way and come towards me. I like to work this way. So we're just going to add some yellow. When you're trying to decide what colors to use, you want to make sure that your colors are going to blend nicely. You know, you don't want to end up with browns and blacks. And you see I'm starting off the page so I don't get big blobs. The nice thing about this as well is you can make this as light or as dark as you want. I'm trying to make a sunset, so I wanted to have some kind of golden colors there. So we're finished with the yellow. I'm going to add pink in the center. So I have Pretty in Pink next. When you're doing this kind of technique, you want to blend the colors. I'm going to flip it again so that I can start from this side. So we're going to blend the pink into the yellow. And again, you can make this as light or dark as you like. I like the color this makes when the pink blends with that yellow. You get kind of an orangish color, which I think really adds to the sunset part of this card. A little bit more pink and we'll move on. The last color that I'm going to be using is the Peach Pie. Again, it's an orange kind of color. And I'm going to add that to the very bottom of my card. And again, I want to start off the paper and I want to go into that Pretty in Pink color. We want to blend it so you don't have lines. Because typically when you blend, you would be stamping on top of this, and this is going to be a background stamp on top, so you're not going to see as much as you typically would. All right, So we have our panel finished, like I said, quick and easy. And then what we're going to do is take our background stamp. Now, I put mine in a Misty because it's a background stamp and it's difficult to hold on to and to get the right amount of pressure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some paper in here. I forgot to cut a piece that is going to fit in here, so I'm just going to add some paper here because I know that the stamp is bigger than the cardstock that I have. I'm going to take ink and add this to it. Now you could use StazOn if you want. We don't sell this, but I like to use the black Versafine ink because it is specifically made for fine detailed stamps. And so you can use Memento, but I think Versafine really fills in and makes your impression a whole lot nicer. Totally up to you though. Also, the reason I used a stamping platform is that if this does not stamp as dark as I want, then I can stamp it again. So I'm just going to close this now, make sure this is in the corner, close it and push down, and I have one of these just to kind of push down on this. And we'll lift this off, and there you have your stamped impression. And like I said, if you want it to be darker, you could put this back in the corner, ink it up, and do that again. Now it's going to take a couple minutes for this to dry, so we don't want to handle it right now. What we can do though is we can get our card base scored and ready to go. We're going to take our piece of pumpkin pie and fold it in half. Use our bone folder. On the inside, I'm going to leave this blank. And what I like to do is to just put it inside. I do not use adhesive yet because if I stamp my greeting and make a mistake, then I can turn it over and start again. So I have a second chance. So that's something you may want to try as well. So now what I'm going to do is take my image panel and I'm going to add adhesive to it. And then grab the corners. I like to grab opposite corners. Kind of hover over the cardstock. And rather than use my hand this way, it might smear any ink that may not be dry just yet. I'm going to open this and push down from the inside here or the back of the card. You could also do this. You'll get your pressure applied, but you won't smear any ink that might still be wet. Now again, you can decide at this point, do I want to leave this blank? Do I want to stamp on it? This looked like a really nice place right here to stamp on it, but again, I want to leave it blank. So here's a quick and easy card that you can make and have ready so that whenever you need a card, you can just put in the greeting that you want and send it on its way. Well, I hope you liked this card, and I hope you give it a try. And thanks for watching.